I think our preparation's been really good, and for the most part, you can't control all the injuries. We got a couple little injuries, but yeah, for the most part, everybody's pretty well prepared and fairly healthy.
Like individual performances, who are you looking for to really step up and score points for the team?
Well, we have some known quantities. I mean, we know about Andrew Riley and Stanley Azee and those guys, but there's some areas where we're going to look. We're going to look at the middle distance area and see, who steps up in that area. We're also going to be looking at our freshmen, our young guys, and we've got Brandon Straganic and DJ Zahn and Brandon Tavathong, and out of those guys, who's gonna step up and make an impact there, and that'll really be the key to our team finish is how well some of the freshmen do and how we do in the 800 on up in those events.
How have you gone about training for the past 2 weeks? Has it been different at all, or do you guys have kind of been doing the same?
A little bit different, only because we're not really peaking, but we're spending a little more time with restoration, let people be a little fresher, backing off a workout here or there, just to make sure everybody's feeling, well rested.
How are you going to go about managing the team's expectations of team assignment before a meet like this?
Well, we kind of take the same approach all year long. We always talk about, putting forth your best effort in practice, putting forth, your focus and your intensity into your training, and if you do that and you give your best effort in practice, then your performances will be there when you need them. And I think, someone asked me about confidence, and confidence, I think, is really an extension of your preparation. When you have good preparation, then the confidence will grow. And I'm not too concerned about that. I mean, we pretty much have been able to stay on an even keel, not get too high or too low, and I think that's a big part.
You mentioned confidence. How much does having run at Nebraska already this year help the team for confidence?
Well, it'll help. I think there's lots of teams that have run on that track or tracks like it. But it'll help, especially, again, as we look at some of the young guys, some of the freshmen, it'll help them quite a bit.
Can you kind of talk about another part of the improving area has been like your distance crew? I know they've been setting PRs, really big PRs in the past couple of weeks. Can you kind of talk about them as they're kind of one to hopefully score points for you this weekend as well?
Yeah, and what they've done has been huge for us, and it's been a huge step forward for our program. Obviously we're looking, at the future of what we're doing and establishing a culture and expectations, and that event group is a big part of that. So we're really happy with what they've done. And now the challenge is, how are they going to match up head to head? And our conference traditionally is a powerhouse in those events, and it's a big challenge for them. And I think they're well prepared. But again, it kind of comes down to realizing that you're just as good as anybody else, and you put the work in just like they have. You've been trained smart, and you're ready to run and perform and being put in a position to do that. And I think, one of the things we've done with taking them out to Seattle and putting them in that kind of environment has really been set to prepare them for this kind of challenge.